Lakers, you mentioned, taking on the Timberwolves. Spotlight game in an NBA season. LeBron was ready to go. Boy, was he ready to go. Rudy Gay, talk about range. How about LeBron throwing it in from downtown?
Man, look, the bank was open. That's all I gotta say.
He didn't call glass.
He might have. It's LeBron.
Here's Luka. That's LeBron. LeBron had 19 in the first half. Third quarter, Anthony Edwards. He was ready to take over this league in the postseason of last year. Rudy, it hasn't gone that way, and there's been some frustration. He already had one technical foul, and he picks up his second and gets tossed right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is just frustration. When you plan, you get a game plan and it doesn't go the way you want to, sometimes it gets the best of you. And I think this is something that, he's still a young player. He's going to get better. He's going to learn to, hold his emotions in a little better.
It's his 16th technical, by the way. He'll be suspended for tonight's game against Utah. Now we go LeBron again. He would score 33. Lakers lead by 13. Fourth quarter. Clear the decks. Terrence Shannon Jr.
Ooh. He's had some good dunks this year, by the way.
He's had some very good ones. Few of them much better than that. The vicious throwdown. 5 minutes to go. The Lakers are leading by 3. It's Luka. He had a tough night offensively, but he gets that one to go. 21 points, 13 rebounds for Luka. He made just 1 3, but it was memorable. Here it comes. 4 minutes to go, somehow gets that to go in a 4-point game. It gives the Lakers a 7-point lead, and they would not relinquish it. LA goes on to win at 111-102. Luka's dad loves what he is seeing, and so the Lakers get another win. They continue to roll in this LeBron-Luka era. Now, despite that clutch 3, Luka is not shooting the ball well since he got to the Lakers. In the 6 games he's there, Luka 11 of 49. That's 22% from 3, 5th worst in the NBA during this span. Wendy, you have been there to witness all of it up close and personal. What are we seeing in the struggles here of Luka Doncic?
Yeah, well, his legs just are absolutely not there. When you watch him, he is carrying a big load for them, and that is helping unlock LeBron. LeBron is putting up really good numbers. But you watch him, especially when he's at the end of his shifts, he's overstanding on the side, bent over, holding his shorts. His legs aren't there, and you can see it in his shot. But he is still making an impact. He's rebounding the ball perfectly. He's been in the middle of their offense and creating a lot of stuff. And they're not playing their best basketball right now. They're still figuring things out, but they're really defending, and they've won 9 out of 11 games. And I think I have no doubts that Luka is going to get going on offense. I have zero concern on that whatsoever. I do think, I wonder if the Lakers can keep up this level of defense. They had another good defensive game last night, but obviously Luka still coming back off that calf issue.
He has no doubt about about Luka's ability to get it going. Do you? Do you think Luka gets it going offensively?
Not at all. Not at all. I think he has the luxury of having a LeBron James on his team that can carry the load until he's ready. He's had injuries.
Yeah.
Trades. There's a lot of emotional, things that go on, with trades and him getting back from injury all at once. It's going to take time for him to get his
How
legs.
long? We've got what is it? 7 weeks left in the season?
Yeah, we need answers now, Rudy.
Well, when you have a competitor on your team and you also have a guy like LeBron that you can see that is giving it his all every day, it makes you want to push to get to that level fast.
Well, and to the point that Fortenbaugh was making, seeding is going to wind up being critical here. Now, we don't really know exactly how it's going to work out, which is to say, in a Styles makes fights kind of way, you don't know what slot winds up being the one that you want to be in, but they've got X amount of time to get themselves to be where they want to be at the end of April.
Right now, Luka's shooting a career worst from the field, under 40%. He's got a career worst from 3-point range, and they're still 5-2 since he showed up. That's a great spot to be in. In the modern NBA, your offense is your floor, okay? Everybody plays offense. The Orlando Magic ranked dead last in the NBA in scoring at about 104 points per game. You take that 10 years ago, that's a top 5 scoring offense.
Yes.
Defense is what matters now, and the transformation the Laker defense has gone through since about January 21st, where up until that point they had been about bottom 8 in the NBA in defensive rating, bottom 8 in field goal percentage allowed. Now they're number 1 in both categories in the 17 games since. The big question, though, can you maintain that through the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs? Because that's what's going to determine how far they go, not whether or not Luka can drop 40 points a game.
Win-man.
The J.J. Redick is doing something, I don't know if it's innovative or risky. He doesn't have really a good big man rotation, so he's ordered his team to collapse the paint. And if you watch them play, they're basically betting that these opposing teams aren't as good at shooting threes as they think they are. J.J. Redick, a brilliant three-point shooter, probably gets annoyed seeing how many people try to shoot a lot of threes. For this last month, they've just basically invited other teams to shoot threes. They're giving up the third most number of threes. Teams are missing them. You know, when you dive into the numbers, I mean, Hembo can break it down to you. The Lakers' luck quotient right now is kind of high. The teams are shooting a lower percentage than they quote-unquote should against them, but maybe you could argue that that's JJ just betting on it, saying, listen, let them shoot these threes because we don't think that they're going to make them. So there is a question of whether this is sustainable, but it's now been quite a while, and it is working. It is covering up for their lack of size on the interior, and frankly, it is driving the way the Lakers are playing right now, this J.J. Redick's defensive scheme.
That's really smart and interesting insight, and the tape was absolutely perfect. Rudy, it's funny because you and I were having a conversation this morning about how NBA teams these days want to get up 40, 50 threes a game. What do you think of that strategy? Let them shoot their threes. Let them miss their shots. We will pack it in defensively because we're undersized and we'll take our chances.
Well, from what I've watched, I mean, it's just classic coaching. This is great coaching by JJ. You have your shooters on your opposing teams, you run them off the line, and let the other guys shoot. Let them beat you. And I think that's, that's great awareness by JJ.
I want to finish the conversation with one other thing because I found this stat remarkable, Cindy. A32, if we could. Yesterday was the last game Luka Doncic will play as a 25-year-old. Today is actually his 26th birthday. Luka is one of two players with 10,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, and 3,000 assists before turning 26. LeBron James is the other. So two players in NBA history have done this. They are teammates as we speak. Obviously, LeBron now much closer to the end than to the beginning. But it just goes to show you the extraordinary talent that this team has. Just keep a close eye. Something special is happening in L.A. Wendy, stay close. Everyone stay with me. I'm going to the NFL of the night. LeBron was in the game of the night. It was the Lakers and the Timberwolves last night, and LeBron was ready to go. First quarter, you know what he's added? The range from LeBron. I don't know if he's been hanging out with Steph so much, but look at the range Rudy gave.
Well, the bank was open, like I said before, but he's taking those shots and he's making them, and this is how his game has progressed.
Luka finding LeBron there. He had 19. LeBron did in the first half. Third quarter, the Lakers are up by 15. Anthony Edwards frustrated. He already had one technical foul in this game, and now he's going to get a second here. You'll see him looking for a call, and he doesn't get what he's looking for here, and Edwards gets his second technical. He'll be suspended for tonight's game against Utah because it's his 16th of the year. What is going on with Anthony Edwards, Rudy?
Well, I mean, obviously they're not playing up to what they did last year, the whole team. So, and him being the leader of this team, he's feeling the brunt of it, and it's just a little bit of frustration.
A good deal of frustration, no question. In the meantime, LeBron James, sensational, going around Naz Reid there. LeBron would score 33 now on the other end. Clear the decks. Terrence Shannon Jr. throwing it down.
Ooh. Right there in transition, man. This guy is an athlete. I've seen a couple of his dunks this season, and man, it's a good addition for them.
Timberwolves, however, that was pretty much their highlight of the night. Luka Doncic, another tough shooting night. He's not been shooting the ball well. He gets that one to go. He had 21 points, 13 rebounds. He only made 1 3, but it was memorable. Look at that thing off 1 foot. Drawing rain and knocks it in. His dad, you'll see, loved it. Lakers go on to win it 111-102, and so they continue to win behind LeBron and Luka doing his thing. And despite that clutch three, Luka's just not shooting well at all. In the 6 games he's played as a Laker, Luka 11 of 49 from deep. That's 22%. That's 5th worst in the NBA during that span. Wendy, if I'm not mistaken, you've been at all of those games, or at least most of those games. What are we seeing in Luka right now on the offensive end?
Yeah, even the Lakers will tell you privately his legs just are not there. And you see it definitely show up. His legs not there from coming off that calf injury. And if you go back to the start of the season, he missed the entire preseason also with the calf injury. His first 7 or 8 games of the regular season, he shot very poorly. He scored more points because that's the way the Mavericks were operating at that time, but his shooting percentages are comparable. And then after he got going and got his legs under him, he ramped back up, which is what I will expect to see here. He's still impacting the games, and most importantly, LeBron, 33 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists in this game. partially because he's saving energy from Luka doing all the ball handling. So he's still having a positive effect. To me, the story of the Lakers, the reason they've won 9 of 11, their defense continues to be very impressive. J.J. Redick has implemented a system where the Lakers are packing the paint and daring opposition to beat them from three-point range, and it is working. Will it continue to work for the long haul? I don't know, but it's definitely been a strategy that has helped them turn this thing into a real competition for that number 2 seed in the West.
Yeah, we had a terrific tape that we showed earlier that illustrated that point, that the Lakers' strategy defensively, Rudy, has been, we're undersized, so we're going to double everything in the paint, and we're going to live with teams trying to make, teams are throwing up 43s a night in the NBA these days. We're going to live with them missing a bunch of those and hope that it works out for us on our end. Do you like the strategy for an undersized Laker team?
I love it. It's old school basketball. Keep the shooters from shooting.
Here's the tape. So I just want Rudy to just tell everybody what it is we're seeing here, because they're just not going to. They're going to give up these open threes, and they're not going to let guys get to the basket.
So what you just saw right there. So Porter is obviously their shooter on the team, and Aaron Gordon isn't. So they play the curl, they shoot and get them off the three-point line and make the guys that you want to shoot. And this is what's happening right here, and it's been working.
My friend Jalen used to say he's open for a reason.
Exactly.
We're leaving guys open, and
exactly.
So they're pounding in the interior there and allowing less than great three-point shooters to take three-point shots, and it is working right now. What are we thinking of the Lakers, Fort and Ball?
It's not going to work 4 times in 7 games. A team might miss their shots like that twice, but you're going to need to find another way to win. That's where Luka's going to need to come into play. Right now, career worst field goal percentage, career worst three-point percentage, and they're still 5-2 since they acquired him. The defense is leading the way. Everybody scores now. Phoenix scored 116 last night and still got run off the court by New Orleans because they don't play defense. You go back over the last 50 teams to appear in the 25 finals over the last 25 years. 25 years times 2 teams in the finals, 50 teams. Over 80% of those teams ranked top 12 in defensive efficiency. You have to play defense. Right now, they are number 1 in defensive efficiency since January 21st. The question is whether or not that maintains through the end of the year and through the playoffs, because that's going to be the key as to whether or not they advance deep.
Shout out Big Perk for putting that tape together for us. Our buddy out west right now. So, Wendy, let me sort of finish it with this here. Another conversation I'm hearing. You got Luka playing his way back in. You got LeBron playing great. You got this interesting defensive strategy. I'm hearing a lot more people talking about our old friend J.J. Redick for Coach of the Year. What do you think?
Well, with all due respect to J.J., he's doing a great job. But if you look at what's going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers, where they have a huge game tonight on ESPN in Boston. It's one of the games of the year potentially in the league. Kenny Atkinson is clearly the favorite. A year ago today, the Detroit Pistons were 9-49. Okay, they are now in 6th place in the East behind, tremendous efforts from J.B. Bickerstaff. Those guys are 1-2. J.J.'s doing a great job, but he's not a favorite for Coach of the Year. Joe, don't tell the people to put a bet on that. Just don't do it.
No, I think Wendy hit the key point. Bickerstaff's the guy you want to look for. Atkinson is a runaway favorite right now. There's no value in the pricing, and that's understandable. But Bickerstaff is sitting there at 5-1, and the job he has done in Detroit is going to start getting more attention between now and the end of the season. A lot of this happened under the guise of the NFL when people weren't paying attention. Now that the focus is coming in, people realize the job he's doing there. And if Detroit continues to close, remember, top 5 schedule in terms of ease the rest of the way, they can work themselves into a 4 or 5 seed. That's going to be a job worthy of notice.
They won 8 straight, and they beat the Celtics the other night,
Yeah.
so they're getting everything
Hammered
right.
the Celtics.
Give me another bet here. We're talking Lakers and in the Western Conference. Give me something else you have your eye on.
All right, so everyone's focused on the Lakers right now. Can they win the Western Conference? They're sitting there 7-1. Interesting pricing. Remember 2 things. Number 1, this is peak Laker we're seeing right now. Everybody's talking about the Lakers. They look fantastic. Bookmakers know this. Everyone's betting the Lakers. Bookmakers incorporate that into the price. Look elsewhere. The Nuggets would be the team I'd be paying attention to right now. 5-1. They got rocked in Milwaukee last night against the Bucks. But after a real slow start from Jamal Murray, he's starting to cook later in the year. They've got the championship pedigree. I don't think the bench is nearly the concern some people have made it out to be. So while everyone's focused on the Lakers right now at 7-1, they're a little bit overvalued based on the current run. The Nuggets are the team no one's really talking about. And at 5-1, I like that pricing.
The value is what we're looking for. We'll take a short
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.